India has restricted imports of laptops, tablets, and PCs with immediate effect to boost local manufacturing, the government said in an August 3 announcement. According to a notification by the Directorate General of Foreign Trade, DGFT, local buyers need to obtain a license to import laptops, tablets, all-in-one PCs, ultra-small computers, and servers. Certain types of PCs designated as capital goods may be exempted, the agency added, without elaborating. This is the latest in a series of initiatives by the Indian government to encourage localized production of electronics. Data show that imports of electronics, including laptops, tablets, and PCs, amounted to $19.7 billion in the April-June period, up 6.25% year-on-year. Existing Indian regulations allow companies to import laptops freely, but the new rules require a special license for these products, similar to the restrictions India will impose on imported televisions in 2020. Laptops, tablets, and personal computers account for about 1.5% of India's total annual imports, nearly half of which come from China, according to Indian government data. Apple Incorporated's iPads and Dell Incorporated's laptops are imported into India rather than manufactured locally. Industry executives say the licensing system will mean a long wait for them to launch each new model, and the new rules coincide with India's peak holiday sales season. In May, the Modi government launched a $2 billion program aimed at promoting local manufacturing of hardware such as laptops, PCs, servers, and related edge computing suites by companies. This is an upgrade of the previous program. Under the original program, the government would have invested $892 million. The program is key to India's ambition to become a global powerhouse in the electronics supply chain, which aims to reach $300 billion in annual production by 2026. The restrictions come after years of policies aimed at discouraging imports of foreign electronics, including high tariffs, were enacted in India. What is the likely impact on traders of the restrictions imposed by India on imports of laptops and tablets? Reduced export market. If Chinese laptop and tablet manufacturers have a share of the Indian market, the restrictions may lead to a reduction in their exports, affecting their market share and sales. Supply chain disruption. The restrictions may lead to supply chain disruptions or delays, as Chinese manufacturers may not be able to deliver their products to India as smoothly as before. This may affect their production and delivery. Finding alternative markets. Restricted vendors may start looking for alternative markets to sell their products to make up for the loss in the Indian market. Seek compliance and adaptation. Chinese vendors may try to comply with India's import restrictions, find compliance solutions, or adapt their business strategies to the new market conditions. Changes in the competitive landscape. As the restrictions may affect the competitive position of Chinese vendors in the Indian market, vendors from other countries may try to fill the gap, leading to changes in the competitive market landscape. How to do better import-export trade in India? India is the seventh largest economy in the world and has a diverse economic structure covering various sectors such as agriculture, industry, and services. India's GDP continues to grow and the services sector accounts for a significant portion of the GDP, particularly in the areas of information technology, software development, and business services. Agriculture also plays an important role in the Indian economy, with India being one of the world's largest producers of cotton and tea. India plays an important role in international trade and is one of the world's largest exporters of diamonds, gems, and jewelry. India is also one of the world's largest importers of sugar, rice, and wheat. The country is highly dependent on energy and needs to import large quantities of oil and natural gas. India has signed free trade agreements and bilateral trade agreements with several countries, facilitating trade with all parts of the world. India has trade relations with many countries and some of its major trading partners include the United States of America, China, United Arab Emirates, Saudi Arabia, Germany, and Japan. India is a huge market with demand for a wide range of goods and services. Following are some of the major imports of India. 1. Petroleum and petroleum products. India is a major importer of petroleum and petroleum products and has a high demand for them. It requires large quantities of crude oil, natural gas, and petroleum products to meet its domestic demand. 2. Machinery, equipment and electronic products. India has a large import demand for high-tech products such as machinery, equipment, electronic products, telecommunication equipment and computers. 3. Gold and gemstone jewelry. India is one of the largest gold and gemstone jewelry markets in the world, and it imports large quantities of gold, diamonds, and gemstones from the international market. 4. Chemical products. Chemical raw materials, fertilizers, plastics, and chemicals are also important imports for India. 5. Agricultural products. India needs to import various agricultural products such as edible oil, sugar, soybean, palm oil, etc. 6. Steel and metal products. India also has a certain import demand for steel and other metal products. After understanding the main imported products in India, how should we better carry out import and export trade in India? 1. Before entering the Indian market, conduct sufficient market research to understand the target market demand, trends, competition and regulations and other information. Take oil as an example. Search for oil in Tendata system. You will get import and export trading companies about oil. Select the specified region India. Here is about oil importers in India. You need to conduct a comprehensive market analysis. You can choose India's trade trend analysis in the past 3 years. You will have a rough grasp of the market. 2. Partnering in India can help you understand the market better, address cultural differences, and provide local support. Here you can go directly to India's local importers through a huge customs database. Enter the name of your product, specify the region India, click search, and you will get the transaction records of Indian oil trade. You can view the importer/exporter information directly in the Tendata system. If there is a customer you are satisfied with, you can find the customer's contact directly in Tendata. Don't hesitate to contact them. 3. Understand Indian culture, religion, social habits and business etiquette in order to better socialize and cooperate with locals. In India, giving gifts is a common way to express gratitude and friendship. If you are attending a business meeting or have been invited, consider bringing some small gifts or pastries as giveaways. However, be careful to avoid gifts with meat products such as pork and beef, as these foods may have religious sensitivities in Indian culture. 4. Understand India's trade policies, regulations and tax requirements to ensure that your importing and selling activities are legally compliant. India has signed free trade agreements, FTAs, or bilateral trade agreements, BTAs, with several countries and territories to facilitate trade and investment between them. These agreements typically include tariff reductions and exemptions, trade facilitation, and economic cooperation. India actively attracts foreign investment and encourages foreigners to set up businesses or participate in joint ventures in India. India has opened up a number of sectors to foreign direct investment, but there are still some restrictions in some sensitive areas. If you are ready to try to start trade development in the Indian market, feel free to share your experience and development in the comments section. Don't forget to subscribe to us. See you in the next video.